Alright. Yeah, I'm about to go live. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Mr. Soul of a Man. We are live, baby. Yeah, we are live. What's going on, folks? Hope everybody out there is doing good. Hope you're all warm. All right, folks, let's go ahead and get straight into this thing. Let me see. What's going on, Slow? How are you? All right, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I am Mr. Soul of a Man. I am your spiritual consultant, author, speaker, just to name a few. Hmm. All right, so what are we talking about tonight? Okay, so tonight we're talking about the price tag on the Devine, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking about the price tag on the Devine, and that's just in layman's terms. Should people get paid for their spiritual gifts? Or can you put a price on? Can you put a price on people's spiritual gifts? And this is one of those topics that has come up time and time again. I've seen people on certain apps, and they're like, "Hey, why should we pay?" And I would say, "Well, you go to work. Why should they pay you? Seriously, you go to they're like, why should we give you a raise? Like, right." But hey, if it is a price, as long as the price is right, we are in business, baby. But yeah, can you put a price tag on the Divine, ladies and gentlemen? These are, let's just say, these are spiritual gifts from the Most High, from your ancestors. Um, People go through all kind of things, so you don't have to. So you can just, not to say that you don't have to go through whatever it is that you have to go through, but I've heard from the other side of it, people charging extravagant prices. But um, can you put a price on a peace of mind? That's what my question would be. Can you really put yeah, okay. Yeah, so can you put a price tag on can you put a price tag on someone's peace of mind? Hold on, let me just make sure. I got Black Rob playing on the background, like, whoa. You want it for free? I was like, whoa, man, like, whoa. Seriously, man. They were in like, whoa. Like, whoa. No, I'm sure. Yeah. So yeah, but it goes back to that million dollar question. Like, um, should people be charging for their spiritual gifts? And this could be a plethora of things. We're talking about prophets, we're talking about oracles, we're talking about spiritual life coaches. Who else? The tarot readers, the oracle readers, all of these people out there. And, of course, how hard is it for somebody to go to the store and I'm just asking that. I'm just putting it out there. How hard is it? How hard is it for? And don't forget to follow over here on Bigo. And if you catch the replay on this over here on either Facebook or YouTube, don't forget to follow as well. So yeah. So how hard is it for somebody just to go and get a deck of cards and just start flipping them? Like for real. But how hard is it for someone to learn how to drive a car, or how hard is it for someone to do all of these other things that people do out here and make money? You know, should Uber drivers get paid? This could, but we're sticking to we're sticking to the nature of the spiritual, and preachers in the church get paid. So people who, let's just say online, people who do this online, of course they're gonna expect to, of course there's going to be an expectancy to get paid. I try to meet people in the middle. Like I can come on here and just do like these little, well, not little. I can come on here and do these chats, so to speak. Without saying like, oh, this is gonna happen in your life and that's gonna happen in your life. You get a car, you get a car. You know how that Oprah thing, but so I can keep it streamlined in the middle and just kind of keep it flowing and mm, mm. All right, there we go. So I think that we would have to look at how sacred these gifts are. For what is this? Um, um, yeah, I think we would have to look at the fact of how sacred some of these gifts are and how everybody's not able to do this. Seriously, everybody is not able to. Yeah, a lot of people get on here and fake it. They do. Have you have to have some kind. Hold on. Yeah, but anyway, so yeah, you do need to you do need to have some kind of discernment to be able to come on here and tell the real from the fake. Like I listen, I get it. I'm I am a very exquisite acquired taste. There's only one soul of a man on the planet. I know that, and I'm sure people out there know that. I know my talent level. I know my gifts are very much so unique. Like the stuff that I have been through, literally the stuff that I've been through this year. And don't forget to follow those. The stuff that I have been through this year would probably the average person would probably be inconsolable. They would probably be in an insane asylum. Like literally. I feel like, I feel like I was in one of those John Woo action movies from beginning of the year all the way, because I was like in 2023, end of the year, I took a nice cruise. I was like, yeah, 2024 is gonna be this cool year and blah blah blah. And boy, did if I would have known, if I would have known then what I know now, I would have been like, you know what? Let's just pause 2024 and let's just kind of move forward to less, to the less crazy, so to speak. Because this year, for me personally, and maybe some other people out there, I don't want to just and I'm sure for some people, this has probably been the greatest year of their lives. Maybe I don't know, maybe they had some great news. Maybe they, I don't know, graduated from something or they had their first kid, or maybe they hit the lottery. I don't know. I'm not saying it, but was it like that for yours truly? Though? Oh my goodness, man! It has just been, whew, it's been something else out here, like really and truly. Black Rob wasn't lying when he said, "Whoa," for real. True words have never been spoken. Mm, 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 mm. Where's this thing, man? I can't really see. Oh, I'm not really sure, but yeah. So the question is, y'all can feel free to chime in. Can you, or should you put a price tag on a divine? Let's say if you have something going on let's say that you have something going on at your home. Let's say if I don't know, let's just say like one of those movies. There's some spiritual activity and you're not cool with it. And you have to call somebody to come in and clean all of that stuff up. Probably gonna cost you a few thousand. I'm gonna be honest with you. Or you gotta call somebody in to do like some kind of exorcism. I don't know, let's say your little cousin that's staying with you, he got to the Ouija board and he done conjured something in the house and everything, y'all freaking out. So oh cool. Yeah, so and y'all are in the home, y'all are just like freaking out. Y'all don't know what's going on. And he in the bathroom, his head spinning around and he floating and all kind of stuff, and y'all running and screaming, like in one of the movies. So, you got to call somebody in there to come in and handle all that stuff. It seems that, mm, oh, cool. Yeah. So, it's very, it's very interesting, and we all have a different journey in life. I will agree to that, and I will say that we're all into something. We're all into something different. There was a young lady on here. She's into like candles and all of that stuff. That's what she's into. That's what she's into. Who personally, who am I to judge? Like really and truly, who am I to judge how you wear your hair, if you wear makeup, I don't whatever it is you want to, you got tattoos all over your body. That's on you. I don't have to deal with that. That's how you want to live your life, and you go ahead on and whatever. So, um, oh yeah. So, one moment, folks. Be right back. All right, here we go. And yeah, so we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Cool. All right, so this thing, oh, and yeah. All right, cool. So, alrighty, there we go, and we are back, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so yeah, so so we're talking about.
It's 10 o'clock.
Thank you, computer. Thank you. So, mm, mm, I mean, it just seems like um, yeah. So it's just very interesting that in society we can put a price on so much, and I think one thing with this journey is that you really and one thing I'll say with this journey is that you really have to know your like if you're let's just say if you are let's just say if you are spiritually gifted and you have I don't know, one gift or a few, and you want to jump on, you say, hey, you know what, I'd like to do this. I don't know, for on the side, or I like to give this a go because maybe the 9 to 5 thing just isn't for you, or you tried it and now you want to try this. I would say, hey, go for it. But I would say, I would say know your word. Like from me, I for me, I would say that I've been doing this for um, I, I've been doing this for a number of years now, and with that, for me comes comes a level of expertise, so to speak. Do I know everything? Of course not. Do I continuously learn day to day? Yes. You have to. You really, and that's just a thing in life. Like if you're a parent, you're always probably gonna learn something daily from your kids. One thing probably being patience, because I'm not gonna go down that rabbit hole. But like seriously, you probably people out there who are parents. Hold on, let me make sure I do this. Mm. There are people out there who are amazing parents, man. But yeah, so there are people out there that are probably amazing parents, but even they need a break, or they probably have their breaking point, or it's because it's an everyday thing. And even when your kids hit 18, you're still going to be a parent. Hey, what is going on? How are you? Even like when your kids hit like 18, you're still going to be a parent. But just the fact that maybe they go off to college and all of that good stuff. But just the fact that you're just more seasoned. So should should everybody be paid for the gifts that they have? I mean, I'll just say that there are levels to it. If I feel that if like people who are in the top fields of mathematics and science, and and people who are doctors, the greatest of the greats in the world, and at their fields, I'm sure these people make an extravagant amount of money. Those in the business sector, and and so on and so forth. And so in those like in entertainment, those who play pro sports, you're like, wow, those guys make millions of dollars a year for just cool. We got a comment that says that I am not a perfect parent, but I assess and readjust constantly to fit the needs of my child. At growing I could fail at growing with my child if done. Cool, yeah. And that's the thing. There's always gonna be like that yeah, so there's always going to be like that kind of like that litmus test, because it's almost like it's of course with parenting, you're not just dealing with somebody else. That's why I never really wanted kids of my own, because I saw what my parents had to deal with me, and I was like, nah, no. There's no way. There's just no way. And the rock means no way. And I know people say, oh, yeah, kids are blessed. I'm sure they are, how, I can put it. I just be like, hey, look, bless your heart. 'Cause yeah. Just like people who drive trucks. I mean, that's not something that, people who drive trucks, Uber, whatever, delivery services. I wouldn't want to go work for FedEx, or, I tried to work for the post office, but that just was not for me. Lord, I have a horrible sense of direction, and trying to deliver all those boxes in a certain number of time. Nah, that's not my thing. Some people can do it, man, but me, no, that's not my thing. But they always say out there, everything is, they people always say everything is not for everyone. So just like I know for myself, I know that there's a greater, wider audience out there because, I know one thing people love is authenticity because one thing with social media you see is that everybody kind of regurgitates what the next person is doing. So it's not like a lot of like authenticity. And when that authenticity comes around, of course, let me see. When that, when that authenticity comes around, people are really, people are going to be very much so intrigued about it, seriously. Because, I mean, like that real like generational talent only comes around once every once every so often, so to speak. Just get that. Because I remember Michael Jackson, and when he passed, and it was like, man, it's never gonna be another Michael Jackson, ever again. Not that I probably won't see in my lifetime. Of course, music has changed. It's all about streaming services. People might argue, well, oh, I don't think he could sell, like he did, and blah blah blah. Well, you went around, like of course, people who are maybe 30, 20, in their teens. You might know like Chris Brown, of course, Usher, like this is Jason Derulo. I don't know. I'm just throwing some names out there. People like that. And now everything is about social media. So I don't know all of these folks, the newer people, so to speak. And yes, don't forget to follow, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, cool. Thanks for the follow. What was I gonna say? I don't know. Oh yeah. So, just saying that sometimes I was gonna say like with Michael Jackson, like Chris Brown, you may see like the women acting a certain way, what I'm saying, don't Usher, but Michael Jackson when he was selling out like stadiums, and people were like literally like, how sometimes you'll hear about people passing out in church and stuff like that. Like this man had people like grown men and women crying in a stadium, like people just passing out. It was the craziest thing, and I just don't believe. I know you got your who is the girl, the Swift girl and the Grande chick, but they can no way to work. People like the machine can make anybody famous and put them out there. You got like what auto tune, all the technology to smooth people's voices over. Once upon a time, if you now these days, if you have on this app, I'll say it's more based upon how people look. They don't. Let's just say they don't really have a talent, so to speak. Maybe their talent is they could say their talent is trying to look cute. I don't know. I don't know if that's a talent, but hey, I digress. Like if people was on telling jokes or I don't know, doing something unique, like extraordinary. To me, that's but hey, tomato, tomato. We all know how that goes. So I try not to sweat the technique. So, it is what it is. Let's see. Oh, girl fainted when he said yeah, right. Like Mike was like he was just something different, man. He really was just like something very, very, very much so different. It's that time of the year when the weather outside is getting cold. Oh man. But anyway, yeah, just to let y'all know that again, I am an author. We do have books here. If you would like one of these books, if you're on Bigo, hit me up in the back channel. If over here on Facebook or YouTube, just leave a message, and you can have one of these amazing books. And they are for sale. So yeah, tis the season, man. Tis the season. Yes, I am a man of many talents. So yeah. Um, yeah, MJ. Let's see. What's going on this week? So what is it? MJ actually loved and cherished his fans. He was never self-centered. He knew it was because of them. That's what. Right. Yeah, I believe that. Yep. 11 and okay. Well, here it's 10-11. So Yeah, he did. I feel like he really did. I think that what he gave up a lot, and I think sometimes he just wanted to walk around and just be just be like a normal person and go to the movies and hang out. And but if he did, like he was like known all over the world. Like if he went to the mall, or I know malls aren't popular like they used to be, but like if he went to Walmart, he'd cause a riot. That's how famous the man was. That's interesting, man. It's really, really, it's really interesting. I'm trying to see something. I don't know. Hmm. Mhm. Oh, so yeah, yeah. So back to the topic. So we're talking about the price tag on the Divine, and on the flip side of it, the price that we pay is oh Lord, it's very high. I don't think a lot of people talk about it. You want to talk about a dark night of the soul? I'm talking about like going to your prospective jobs, and and just being singled out for whatever. Like people just, and you might say, oh, that's just in your mind. Like I told I was working at this call center, and I was telling, oh, they were saying something. They were asking because they were like asking people, that they want to work from home or what do they want to do. And I think I might have told them I was just kind of trying to wait and see something like that. But and I told some of the people I was working with, I said these people, I said they don't really like me until something, I forgot what happened. Something happened between me and one of the managers. I didn't put my hands on them. uh, you know, yeah, just like saying we all have our, just like saying that we all have our cross to bear, and that's very true. And just like I told them, I was like, I said this. Um, I said, I don't know, man. I have a feeling, like I said, the spidey senses always kick in, saying, this individual, and don't forget to follow, folks. Like, this individual. And if you guys would like to book a private session with yours truly, just let me know. But my sessions, while I'm online, are 25. And if you want to do like a yes or no question, it's like $10. And my cash app is the same as my name, Soul of a Man 504. But what was I going to say? Yeah, I told him. I said, man, I'm telling you, these people said it was really like two people. But anyway, say this. I said the manager really doesn't like me. Blah, blah, blah. They were like, oh, it's all in your head. It's all in your head. Blah blah. Until something happened, and I told forgot the girl's name. I said, I told you so, man. I said, I told you so. But I don't think I'll stay there too much longer after that. It's always, I don't know, man. It's that's why I said like we we are those people who are on the front lines now, because people out here really need help, because people um that's true. I watch Harrison too. Yeah, that's cool. Let's see. Miss Wheat said, paid in obedience to instruction. That can mean surrendering free will. Yeah, it's like that old gospel song says that I surrender all. You kind of it's almost like we really like walk by faith. We do. A lot of us do. A lot of us like Stan Lee would say, R.I.P. He would say, for the true believers out there, you know, if you believe in God or I don't know, whatever you subscribe to, somebody, you might believe whatever you believe in. That we walk by food. We really do walk by faith, man, and we really do walk by faith. What I'll say that we are, well, I can say for me that I am taken care of, because somebody was saying that even though um because I think they were talking about, like, trusting in God and all that. And they were saying, like, even though I don't have everything that I want and all of that, that I haven't been homeless, and I have food, and I've been taken care of, because you know how it is for the holidays. The holidays comes around, um, money just seems to automatically get, like, tight and all that crap. But yeah, it's a very I'll say, it's a very interesting and dynamic, it's a very interesting and dynamic journey that we go through. Be it if you went through it, some people say, "Oh, I've been doing this since I was a kid," and blah blah, blah, and that's cool. I'm not. I don't get into. I don't get into what contest with people, and saying, like, "Oh, I've been on my journey for this long. Oh, I've been doing this since 1932. Okay, cool, man. Like, I was like, okay, Doctor Strange. I mean, what you what you bragging about? But it is just very yeah, you do have to vibrate high. Vibrations extremely high. We so appreciate. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's this is not for, because it's like, that because even in the Bible Jesus said that, or I like to say Yahshua said that, I'm going to, what do you say, something like, I'm going to prepare a place for my father, and you will do greater things. You will do greater things down here than I did. And that's crazy to think that. And sure, you heard all of the story. He's turning water into wine, walking on water, and and fighting the devil. All of that stuff, man. And it's just like being nailed to a cross. And I'm like, crazy to think that, you know, like he would say that we would go through more than what he did. Now we're living in these kind of modern times that we're seeing a lot out here. We really are. I don't want to be all, like, doom and gloom, but just to give y'all, like, and let me see something. Uh, just to give you cool, and that's where can, I don't think I could. Yeah, so that's my website down there. That's where y'all can go and that's where y'all can go and purchase the books and all of that good stuff. So, but yeah, or just back, because I actually have books here. So just if y'all want to order a book, just hit me up in the back channels, and we'll take care of that. You know what? I'll tell you what. Let me just, because I read one of these poems the other day, and I'll just read the same one again. This is from Soul of a Man, Portrait for the Mind, Body, and Soul. This is the Heart of a Champion. When you're the only person that looks like you on the job, when there is no one to talk to, and you feel society's weight, as soon as you walk into the building, when your skin tone is held against you, when your ancestors are shackled and sold by people who look like them, when your mind should be broken, but you refuse to give up, when you rise like tides of oceans destined for better lands, and hopes unify with the ones who look like you. This is the truth. This is the heart that beats to its own rhythm. This is the inner beast inside you, transforming your talents into something greater. Like a beautiful sunset at the end of a hard day, this is the heart and soul of winning. So never give up. So that is the heart of a champion, ladies and gentlemen, and that is in the book entitled "Soul of a Man: Poetry for the Mind, Body, and Soul." This is actually the first book that I ever wrote way back in 2015, and what in the writing side of me and all of the stuff that I've done with that, that is a whole nother. I could do a whole live about that stuff, But again, the books are available, if you would like to order, and you should. But yeah, just to say that, man, this is the journey. If somebody was to say like, would I go through all of this stuff again? Yeah, I probably wouldn't want, like, if I had the um if I could have the knowledge, that I have now to go through it, yeah, I would. But I don't know, man. It's this a lot of this stuff is like very says vibration extremely high, so I appreciate. Yeah, and I appreciate you too for thank y'all for hanging out. So yeah, so the I would say the vibrations are high. Vibrations are high. A changing and I'll just say, like, a changing and a changing and a shifting and a tilting in the atmosphere. Someone is I don't know. Um, yeah, somebody's probably worried. I know it's that time of the season and people are worried about money and blah 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 blah. Your guys and your ancestors are like, well, whatever you need, put it out there, because it's interesting, because it's like, it's not that you're not going to get what it is that you want. It's that you have to kind of shift your mindset to it's almost like, think of it like if you're at the airport and you're just sitting, you're waiting for your plane. That's basically what you're doing right now for your manifestations. You're just sitting down and you just wait for stuff to come in. That's the I mean, because for I'm not gonna say for everybody, but for some of us, um, this we're gonna see something interesting before the end of this year. It's gonna be very tangible and very right on time, for some of us, and that's going to propel us to move forward into into 2025. Yes, and thank you for yeah, thank you. Let me see. Let me put her comment up there. Yeah, thank you for ordering your book, man. But yeah, but this next year is gonna be very, very different. I don't like to skip too far ahead, because I know that this year is not quite over yet. I know people are like, yeah, bring on New Year's, come on, let's get. I'm like, I'm still, like, I'm just honestly, I'm taking it one day at a time, one step at a time. I am. This year has just been like, man, goodness gracious. Let me see something. It's almost like this next year is gonna be like that. It's like, let me reintroduce myself. My name is. I don't want to really bring him up right now, but anyway, I just wanted to talk about the song. So basically, going into next year, it's going to be there's this new year for a lot of us is going to be a reintroduction of some amazing things that are to come in your life. And I know that some of us have just been through Hades and back. to get to, because we got to go through, like somebody was talking about Job in the Bible and how God and the devil had this little wager about Job relenting his faith and all of that stuff, and how what in the world? Like, no. Oh, anyway, yeah. So how he went through all of the stuff like that, and lost his family, his wealth, his someone that lost his mind. It's like some of us probably almost did since 2020, based off of everything that has been going on and shaking down out here. But just to know that those storehouses are really and truly about to open. Like really and truly are about to open. Like things are really about to so things are really and truly about to shake and shift in your life. There are going to be people that are going to be coming in and say like, oh yeah, cool, I was, hey, remember me, I was down since day one. Like they might have been there on day one, but you haven't seen them like in your class in your life. They just want to sneak in for graduation and try to help, celebrate while you have to go to class and do all that stuff to get your diploma to walk across that stage, and they just want to show up and celebrate. Nah, it don't work like that, man. It does not work like that. Yeah, so the vibrations and the frequencies are very much so shifting and changing out here. Mm. So your high priest. Oh, my goodness gracious. Yeah. Okay. So we got that. We got that. We got thoughts. Hold on. Okay. We got that. Okay. Yeah. So it looks like the same stuff. Yeah. Yeah. So what is this? So like higher priestess energy, the Knight of Staffs. You going on a different journey next year. And remember, everybody can't come with you. That's just what that is. So some of you may be going off to a different school next year. This could be dealing with college, and feels like a lot of fast tracking moving forward. You finally making the right decision. You sitting down. What does kids say nowadays? Standing on business. You very much so standing on business. And yes, I do private. I like to say spiritual consultations with people out there, ladies and gentlemen. And don't forget to subscribe. A very massive opportunity is coming in for a few folks out there. The Four Staffs is talking about celebration, and the Eight of Coins looks like that's more opportunity, and also looks like that's more about investing your money very much so wisely. So you can spread it out. Very much so. And people are going to see you with all of these opportunities, and they're going to think that you just have money like that, and you may. But a lot of it may be tied up into other investments and things of that nature. And when you tell them, well, I don't have it, they're not going to quite understand it, because they don't understand your maybe your business mindset and the things that were brought to you. Because a lot of these opportunities are going to have back end opportunities as well. So it's gonna it's really and truly going to keep you busy. Hold on. Mm, mm. Yeah, and this is another kids book that I wrote. It's called The Adventures of Bunny Man, the Easter Detective, the smartest little brown bunny in all of the world. So if you would like this book, just hit up my website at www.soulofaman504.com. And yes, I am an author and a kids author and a poet and partridge in a pear tree. I don't know, runs in my family. It's what it is. But yeah, very, very intricate and amazing opportunities coming in for you. So just make sure that you take advantage of all of them and know that you will be very much a word reward moving forward. So, good thing. Hold on. Yeah, maybe it's time to. All right, there we go. Yeah, so it's quiet, man. Mm. Cool, yeah. I have to get some music on next. Yeah. I might start bringing some people up. We'll see. We'll cross the bridge. Let's build the channel first. And cool. Moving forward, don't move forward with false hope, and try not to look at other people skill set and be like, oh man, I wish I could blah 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 like that person. No, just remember that you have your own skills and your dreams and your goals, and all of that is big and great enough, and you're purposeful enough to go and make that stuff happen. And not worry about with whoever got going on and whatever. That's their stuff. It's really time for you to focus on you. And again, so the books are available at www.soulofaman504.com. So it's almost like it's time for you to come out of not who you are, but moving forward of who you are supposed to be moving forward. Because you're moving forward in this amazing dynamic, like we're in the present, but we're moving forward in the future. And based off of stuff. Well, I'm here in the states, but based off of certain things that have happened more politically, people are out, freaking out and for whatever reason. But that if you walk a very powerful divine spiritual path, that you're not just going to be okay. That you're going to be more than okay. So I mean, the world has seen tyrannical rulers and leadership, um, probably before. on every continent, and that's just that's just what that is. So just some things, just that's just kind of yeah. Oh, so what were we talking about? Oh yeah. So yeah, so basically, we were talking about like, can you put a price tag? Um, can you put a price tag on people's spiritual gifts? Can you? Or should you? I know some people feel entitled. There's, feel like that. Some people feel like some spiritual stuff is free, and of course you can go and read books and you can watch documentaries on, whatever on the internet. Of course, all this stuff's free. Have I done that? Yes, and it helps, but um, it's not gonna really do you anything because there's still stuff that you have to go through on your own as you're walking your own walk, whatever whatever that walk is, however that walk is gonna feel like, however that walk is gonna feel like for you. Some stuff you may go through, some stuff you may not. We all dream, so that's one thing. Yeah, so we all dream. So one thing is that within dreams, we like people talk about the astral projection and uh, all of that stuff. Oh, oh, so my cousin told me this story. This like I think it was her friend. So I think it was like her boyfriend. He, um, I think like one time he came. I don't know if he got up. I think he like got up to go use the bathroom or something like that, and it was like late at night. And his, of course, the girl was supposedly like laying in the bed, and he was like, we left the bathroom, and he like saw her like standing up, like her body was laying down, but like her actual spiritual side was like up and like standing up, like she was like walking around. Like that was and that it's like, it's like stuff. It's like and it like it really she said like it really like and it really like freaked him out. I think he like turned it like I don't know how, I gotta ask my cousin how that ended. But I mean like if you're not used to seeing stuff like what like because how people how jumpy people are. You it's one thing to like some people like, oh, I like scary movies and blah, blah, until you start seeing that stuff like in real life, because like for me, I started like seeing all these little shadows moving around, and um I would like hear stuff in the kitchen and what else. Like I would see like until it got to the point where I wasn't just hearing stuff. I was seeing, like I was seeing spirit, my ancestors and stuff, like walking through here, and I'd see angels and and like all kind of stuff. And if you're not used to that, man, I mean it'll, like some people um like some people, they're not they're just not like they're just not like tuned into that kind of like some people don't want to see that kind of stuff, even though Even though that's like that's a part of life, because it just got to a point like my ancestors were in here, they were in here, they will make, well, they will be like in the kitchen, like moving stuff around, and like, I had to tell them, I'm like, look, y'all gotta calm down, and they did eventually, they did, and it was interesting. Like I've experienced I've experienced some interesting stuff, man. People, supernatural, paranormal, whatever you want to call it, But I mean, nothing, nothing ever like where my life was, you know what I mean. But it was, just the, just to say like on the back end of stuff, you know, just to say like on the back end of stuff, like dealing with um what comes in between the journey of, the time we're born to the time we check out of here, and all of the stuff in between, and there's so much there's so much that we are relearning and being re-educated to, in a sense, a lot of stuff that we forgot, that we might have that we might have forgotten, um so to speak, like um like the other day. I was so I went on this I went on the social media app, and it was this girl. She was she was like doing readings, some kind of fairy readings and stuff. Anyway, so she was singing this fae song or something like that. So I was just hanging in there to kind of see if I could understand what she was saying, and I couldn't. So I left. I wasn't in there too long, so I left out of there. So the next night I went to the store, came back in, put my wallet and my keys down. The next morning I woke up, my wallet and my keys were gone. And I said, well, so little man, maybe you just, some of y'all heard the story, right? But you might say, well, so little man, maybe you just put them somewhere, blah blah. But I always put them on a counter, somewhere I can find them, relatively easy. So come to find out, and it took me, I looked everywhere, couldn't find them. So, later on that day, I, found my wallet, found my keys, and came to find find out that I had what is the word? I'm like that there were fairies in here, and let me. And so the next night, and let me tell you how I knew. So this has happened to me before. So the next night, um, and some of y'all, some of some people are like, well, if it's not on video, then it never. I get, I understand the times that we're living in, but I'm telling you, these things have happened. It's interesting, man. But anyway, so the next night, um, it was like 9 o'clock at night, and I was like about to go to sleep, and so I, lights were off, so I hear something like flying around in here. And I know some of y'all are like, oh, hell no. See, that's what I'm saying. I hear like something like, it was like going in, and, I got like some Christmas stuff. I think they like stuff that's glittery, I don't know. But so, and I'm like, and before, and I'm like, how are they that strong to pick up a wallet and keys? I didn't even know they were that strong. But anyway, so, um, so that night, there was something like a little bag, like kind of right by the sofa, and they like that they hit the bag, and the bag was like moving around, and then I just heard them flying around. At first, I thought it was like a bat. I don't even know if they had bats here. I don't know, but anyway, so they were just like flying around and stuff like that, and so. And then there was like bottle of Christmas stuff, they was messing around with that. And then after that, I was like, because I couldn't really make it out, but I don't know, it was so dark in here, but I can kind of see, sometimes I'll see them flying around and whatever. So, but just needless to say that sometimes stuff like that happens. And there was another story dealing with that, and I'll share that story with y'all next time. But just be careful. Just kind of be careful, out here, because it's like with me, a lot of the stuff is aligned ancestrally. So my ancestors dealt with it. Not, 10 times out of 10, somewhere down the line, I'll be dealing with it too. I've had some. I've had really and truly. I've had some unbelievable, extraordinary experiences out here, and these things are just going to continue to happen. So so that is what that is. But I had to sit down and talk to them. I was like, look, y'all can't. That's not cool to just be like, grabbing people's stuff, because your keys and your keys, your wallet, your purse, your license and your debit card, all that stuff. You need that stuff, and now that stuff disappears, and who's not gonna freak out? Like, oh man, I can't. Of course, when you get up, either you got to go somewhere or something like that. You can't, And I was, I was like, where the hell are the keys at? And I was going outside. I was like, okay, so the car is outside, so the keys gotta be like somewhere. I had to like narrow it down, but anyway, it was I don't know. That stuff happens, man. Like one story, this girl said like she said her cell phone would end up outside in the backyard. And she was like, I think she said it was her grandmother or something like that. But she would always say like she would put her phone somewhere and she'd be looking. It's the same thing, but it was a little different. But like she would be looking everywhere for the phone. And I guess she was like, well, where in the world could the phone have gone? And she said it happened a few times. She said she went in the backyard, you know, there where the phone was in the back, and the phone is in the backyard. And she said she didn't take it out there. She said and that happened to her a few times. It was a few years ago. I heard that story, but it's it's interesting, man. It's really, really and truly interesting. Like, but one thing that makes I would say the supernatural natural is meeting other people that kind of go through these things, and it kind of like making it make sense, kind of really and truly like really and truly like make really and truly making it make sense to the point where you don't feel like you're the C word, like you're crazy and this and that, and so it is quite the ride and quite the journey. It is bigger, it's way bigger than love and light and all that stuff. And yeah, of course we have light and love, within us and all of that stuff. But that's why I was saying, the price tag, just I was talking about the price tag on the divine, should people be charging for their spiritual gifts? And can you really, and then I asked the question, can you put a price tag on a peace of mind? I asked them to show me where stuff is. They generally take me to where it is. Yeah, and that's what I did too. And eventually, I because yeah. Ooh, man, I'm telling you, it is a trip. Yeah, you do. It's almost like you're like a lost, be like a lost and found up in here, man. Like, golly, like, dang, man, you got jacked again. I was like, yep. Yeah, that is smart though. Really ask them where stuff is, and because they're like, that's what they want to do. Your ancestors, your guides, and all that stuff. Of course, there's like rules and regulations to this stuff. Like if you like call it your sixth sense or whatever you want to call it, the Holy Spirit, something. There's always something that's gonna say like, do this, don't do this, something like in your higher self, whatever it is you want to call it. And some a lot of people just shut it off. They don't want to listen for whatever reason. Some people do listen, and that's just what that is. So, but yeah, man, it's an interesting journey. It's never a dull moment. It's going to keep getting more and more and more interesting because people out here talking about aliens and stuff in stuff in the oceans and all so yep, I have seen some stuff. Have I seen it all? I have not. Probably some stuff I don't want to see for real. like really and truly, man. But yeah, just want to but yeah. But anybody, any questions, anything out there? The floor is open. Yeah, I love that, man. I asked them to show me where it's really take me to where it is. Almost like that song, like Take Me to the King. Yeah. Another tip I'll give you, don't hold back on what you're manifesting. Like if of course like if it's something positive in your life and all that stuff. Don't like you're manifesting, praying for, you're meditating on it. Don't hold back on what it is that you're bringing into existence because I've manifested different things, jobs and all that stuff, like trips and seriously. So it is very much so possible to it's very much so possible to get your heart's desire you know out here. It does it come with focus? It does. Do a lot of people out there have that focus? They don't. Just be honest, they really don't. Some ways, yes. In some ways, in some ways, no. It's almost like you have to have this Jedi mentality, and your mind. You have to really be strong in the mind to truly right. Like that dude said. The dude said, yeah, you need to think big. You're thinking small. You need to think big, Mitch. You need to think big. You're thinking small. So, think big, go big, grow bigger. So I'll just leave you out with that. All right, but hey, don't forget to follow over here on what is this? Bigo. And for those who watch the replay, don't forget to follow and all that stuff. So yeah, hold on to the vision. Yeah, that part. Right. Because it's going to your life is just going to continue to grow, and you're moving into not just okay. You're not just moving into a different season, but you're moving into it's almost like a different, almost like you're moving into a different way of life, so but all right, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead on shows up. Don't forget to follow. And if you guys would like to set up your, if you would like to order one of these amazing books, just hit me up on the back channel or, go to my website, Soul of a Man, www.soulofaman504.com. And if you'd like to set up a private spiritual consultation, just hit me up in the back channels and, we'll work it out. But thank y'all so much for hanging out with me on this Tuesday. I'll be back tomorrow morning. So I know it's supposed to be cold all the rest of the week, and that sucks. But hey, it's that time of the year, so. Right. I know. We learning so much from Yoda and those Jedi for real, man. But all right, y'all. Y'all have a good night.